15,000 P-51s were built. 8,000 of those were D model Mustangs. That's a lot of paint schemes. Us over here at Pacific Fighters have painted a handful of P-51s over the years. But which paint schemes are the coolest, most aesthetic looking paint jobs? And that's what we're going to dive into today in this video. I was already aware of how many kick-ass paint jobs were out there, but while doing this research, it just really put it in the forefront of my mind that there are hundreds of really cool looking P-51s, which made it kind of difficult to only pick 5. That being said, my number 5 pick is Big Beautiful Doll. Big Beautiful Doll was part of the 78th Fighter Group based in Duxford, England, and flown by pilot John Landers. Notice the Japanese kill markings above his German kills. This is because Landers flew a P-40 and a P-38 Lightning in the Pacific Theater, where he landed 6 Japanese kills before he applied for further combat, which took place in England. My favorite era in time with this paint scheme was before he was appointed full colonel, in which Big Beautiful Doll did not have a red backing plate, checkers on the wing extensions, or a red border around the glare panel. But that's just my very specific taste. As you can see in this photo, there is no shortage of very cool black and white checkered Mustangs. My number 4 pick goes to the Flying Undertaker. The Flying Undertaker is part of the 71st Tactical Reconnaissance Group, one of the most celebrated P-51s of the Pacific War, flown by Major William Shomo, known as the Flying Undertaker. This plane shot down 7 aircraft in a single mission. His pre-war job as a mortician is where the Flying Undertaker nickname originates. In January of 1945, Shomo was flying a recon mission in the Philippines when 13 Japanese aircraft were spotted, 1 bomber and 12 fighters. Shomo shot down 7 aircraft and his wingman shot down 3. This was one of the most successful single sorties by an Allied fighter pilot during World War II, earning him the Medal of Honor. My number 3 pick goes to the Katy did, flown by pilot Elwin Rigetti of the 338th Fighter Squadron, 55th Fighter Group. Rigetti quickly achieved the status of being an ace and scored more strafing victories than any other 8th Air Force pilot. The nose art painted on the side of his plane was named after his wife, Catherine. Katy did's fate was sealed while doing strafing runs. His aircraft was hit by ground fire, causing a loss in coolant, and a short time later the engine gave up and Rigetti opted to crash land. After the crash, Rigetti got on the radio and said, "Tell the family I'm okay. I broke my nose. It's been a hell of a lot of fun working with you, gang. Be seeing you a little later." Rigetti's family fully expected a telegram from the War Department announcing that he had been liberated. His family knew for a fact that he had survived the crash. That telegram never came, and in fact no word of him ever came. It was as if he vanished off the face of the earth. To this day, no trace of Rigetti or his aircraft, the Katy did, have ever been found. Number 2 on the list is Little Indian from the 2nd Air Commando Group. If I won the lottery and personally owned a Mustang, this would be the scheme I'd do. This scheme evokes a lot of nostalgia for me because when I used to look at the model kits when I was a kid, I would see the 2nd Air Command scheme box art on the 148 RE kit. Mustangs operating in the 2nd Air Command Group wore distinctive looking markings with lightning bolts on both sides of the fuselage as well as on top and bottom of the wings. I seriously love these markings. I mean, imagine you're on the ground and you see a couple Mustangs in this paint scheme hauling ass 400 miles an hour. 15 feet above the ground, lightning bolts coming off the wings and fuselage. I mean, I need to go and buy a lottery ticket right now. Before we get to the number 1 pick, no joke, there are so many rad P-51 schemes. I'm just going to show a montage of some of the other paint jobs that I really like but didn't put in the list because, you know, it's top 5 list. So here you go. Yeah, number one is Delta Queen from the 506 Fighter Group 458th Fighter Squadron flown by Captain J.B. Baker. The island of Iwo Jima, home to the place of the 15-hour mission, or VLR, which stands for Very Long Mission. The pilots referred to themselves as the Tokyo Pony Express, the Tokyo Pony Club, or the Sunsetters due to the length and location of their missions. This island was a place with distinctive magnetic-looking airplanes. The reason why is because since they were flying escort missions, there were little restraints on what was considered a suitable paint job. Hence why you see the unique and colorful markings on these planes. Man, this is the Brad Pitt of paint jobs, is Delta Queen. If you want to show up to the party as the hottest girl, this is the scheme. The Mustangs of the 458th Fighter Squadron markings consisted of 4-inch wide angled dark blue stripes. Delta Queen has nose art of Bugs Bunny holding a Tommy gun on the left side of the fuselage, as well as a spiral on the nose consisting of two blue outlines, looking similar to the Luftwaffe planes, but different at the same time, probably because it's not a solid spiral. There's also a striking looking Archer emblem on the right side of the fuselage, which I think is so cool. So yeah, in the end, those are my top 5 picks as far as for the D model Mustang. Let me know your favorite schemes in the comments, and as always, like and subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and we will see you guys in the next video.